Good evening. Welcome to the news at 6 on MITV. I am Jumoke Michaels. President Muhammadu Buhari Monday forwarded the 2023 budget proposals of the Federal Capital Territory and that of the Niger Delta Development Commission to the House of Representatives for consideration and approval. Also forwarded were the Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal CCT and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Alteration Bills 2022 to the House. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, made the disclosure in 3 separate letters from the President read at the resumed plenary of the House. The letter read thus: pursuant to Section 121 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I forward the Federal Capital Territory 2023 statutory budget proposal for the kind consideration of the House of Representatives. Also under NDDC budget, the letter read, in accordance with Section 18, subsection 1 of the Niger Delta Development Commission Establishment Act, I forward herewith the 2023 estimate of the Niger Delta Development Commission for the kind consideration and passage of the House of Representatives. The Federal High Court Abuja has adjourned indefinitely the trial of the leader of the proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, in the terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government. Justice Binta Nyako put off the trial since died at the instance of Kanu pending the resolution of the federal government's appeal against October 13 judgment of the Court of Appeal that discharged him from the terrorism charges. The federal government's appeal seeking reversal of the Court of Appeal judgment is pending before the Supreme Court. 2 other cases billed for hearing before the court were also put off indefinitely for the same reason. Meanwhile, Kanu refused to appear before the Federal High Court on Monday. The refusal to honor the High Court was conveyed to Justice Nyako by the federal government's counsel, Mohammed Abubakar. The Lagos state government says it is committed to strengthen collaboration with the French government on agro-allied and other bilateral relations. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu stated this when he received the Senate committee members on Foreign Affairs, Defense and Armed Forces of the Senate of the French Republic, led by the French ambassador to Nigeria, Emmanuel Blackman, on a courtesy call at Lagos House Marina. The governor commended the parliamentarians who were on oversight function, saying these would further strengthen synergy between France and Nigeria on security, trade, commerce, transportation, technology, and create employment opportunities for youth, among other interventions. The French ambassador to Nigeria, Emmanuel Blackman, and chairman of the committee, Bernard Fournier, said the delegation was on a 3-day visit and various engagements of strategic importance, as well as programs which included meeting with French business community. Tours, among others, had been lined up as part of the visit.
In transportation that you mentioned, they are helping us, and there's a loan that we're currently drawing down on. The scope of the transaction a little bit, but we're on track. Like you said, he's also interested in the election coming up in our country, because we know that some of the presidential candidates have tried to see him. They're trying to know what his thoughts are. So we know that French government is interested in the outcome of our election.
Mission. First of all, it's been quite some time that we haven't had French parliamentarians coming to Nigeria. I think it shows the interest and the strategic importance on all sectors and all levels that we have for.
Still in Lagos, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has commended the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led administration for its support and the revamping of the National Theatre and hosting the first United Nations World Tourism Organization Global Conference holding in Lagos. Speaking when he led the United Nations World Tourism Delegation to pay a courtesy visit on Governor Sanwo-Olu at the Lagos House Marina, the minister said with the support of administration, the first phase of the complex had been completed, the land had been reclaimed and infrastructure had been put in place in the area. Governor Sanwo-Olu, in his response, said the state government was poised to build infrastructure and a bigger ecosystem for tourism to thrive in the state while creating opportunities as well as employment for the youth. Speaking earlier on the first UNWTO's Global Conference on linking tourism and the creative industries themed Pathways to Recovery and Inclusive Development, Secretary General of the organization, Zurab Pololi Kashivi, said the conference would promote Lagos and Nigeria as a cultural and tourism destination, support local entrepreneurs as well as create employment.
That the state continue to improve living standard, continue to be a resilient and a sustainable city. It continue to provide home, provide opportunity for young Nigerians. It's all about job creation. It's all about giving opportunity for the youth, for the young population that have a future ahead of them.
Because you took it on yourself to reclaim a huge portion of the abandoned land in National Theatre to build 4 verticals, one for information and technology, one for fashion, one for music, and one for the film industry.
Nigeria and African continent never had such big youth population like it's today. This is the first time, and this is the biggest population in the history of the planet. So we want to support youth, especially in Nigeria. We saw that there is a huge talent. I announced today that 50% of projects we received from all over the world was from Nigeria.
The presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has continued to receive endorsements and support ahead of the presidential election in February 2023. This is more so as a Tinubu-Shetima support group has identified Tinubu as a genuine patriot who will promote excellence instead of mediocrity, encourage national morality regardless of ethnic or sectarian alliance. The national coordinator of the Patriots Roundtable, Prince Uthman Shodikpe Dosumu, stated this in Lagos at the first town hall meeting of the group with the theme, The Nation, the People and Patriotic Leadership, and the Asiwaju example to espouse Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's achievements and leadership qualities. Shodikpe Dosumu described the former Lagos State Governor as the person the cap fits ahead of the presidential poll in view of his leadership precedence as a nation builder and cultivator of talented men and women, indifferent to their ethnic or sectarian differences. The National Director of Media and Strategic Communications of the group, Dr. Emeka Nwosu, said records had proved that Tinubu has continued to record great achievements in Lagos and beyond, adding that the Tinubu-Shetima ticket will replicate astounding success at the national level.
Theme for this town hall meeting is called The Nation, the People, and Patriotic Leadership, the Asiwaju example. There is no other way. This is our moral challenge. Let us seize the moment of rectifying the pervading ills. This is our patriotic duty. Like Churchill told us, we dare not fail nor falter. The rising beckons with promise, with truth, with triumph, with the clear certitudes of the remaining light. Let us go forth to make Nigeria a great nation. Let us work together.
The theme of the town hall meeting, which is the nation, the people, and the patriotic leadership. The Aswaju example is quite apt and relevant considering the crisis of development in our country, which largely derives from unpatriotic and poor leadership. Our country and our people desire the yearns for patriotic leadership, which will truly deliver the real dividends of democracy to all Nigerians.
The Defense Headquarters on Monday published details of 19 wanted terrorists with a reward of 5 million naira reward for any person who brings information leading to the arrest of any of the insurgents. In a statement, the Director of Defense Information, Major General Jimmy Akmo, said Nigerians should contact the military on 091-3590-4467 with relevant information that can lead to their capture. The statement cited by Channels Television saw the identities of 19 terrorist commanders who have been wreaking havoc in northeast, northwest, and north-central zones of the country. They are Sani Dangote, origin, Dumbarum Village, Zurmi Local Government Area of Zamfara State, Bello Turjeguda, origin, Fakai Village of Zamfara State, Leko, origin, Mozo Village, Muntazu Local Government Area of Katsina State, Dogo Nahali, origin, Yat Samia, Gino Village, Kankara Local Government Area of Katsina State, Halilu Sububu, origin, Sububu Village in Madadun Local Government Area of Zamfara State, Nagona, origin, Angwan Galadima in Isa Local Government Area of Sokoto State, Nasanda, origin, Kwabu Shabawa Village in Zurmi Local Government Area of Zamfara State, amongst 11 others. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Ogun State on Monday revealed the command made the seizure of 3.587 tons of dried cannabis sativa in Ogere, Remo area of Ogun State. Addressing newsmen at the command's headquarters in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, NDLEA commander in Ogun State, Archie Abia Ibinabo, said the cannabis sativa were found in a warehouse that was used for storage purposes. While reiterating her commitment in the fight against drug abuse in Ogun State, she said 2 couples were arrested in connection with the seizure. On the spot, the special advisor to Ogun State Governor on Security, Olushola Suber, said the government will continue to support security agencies in the state towards nipping it in the bud.
In a house where they were using as a warehouse, as a storage. We got it with the owners of the exhibits. Yes, we had arrests. We had about 2 couples. They were actually the custodian of the house. Those things where they stay, they keep it, and they distribute it. Well, for NDLA, it's worrying. However, more worrying for Nigeria and Ogun State, knowing that this magnitude of drugs, cannabis sativa, would have filtered into use, consumption by our people. This was actually brought in from another state to be distributed in the states. So you would have known.
We'll be ready to assist all our security agencies to carry out their responsibilities effectively. Just as we have heard from the commandant of NDLEA, the government was of assistance to them, when a farm of a plantation of cannabis sativa.
You're still watching the news at 6 on MITV. Up next, the stories from the foreign scene.
We don't die for where we dey, oh yeah. Now so promise and fail, oh yeah. And we don't wait, PDP don't
vote Dr. Abdulaziz Olajide Adediran Jandor as Governor of Lagos State. PDP! Power to the people!
Welcome back. South Africa President Cyril Ramaphosa will step aside if charged over an alleged cover-up of a robbery at his private firm, which is under a series of investigations. Presidential spokesman Vincent Magwenya told journalists that should the president be charged, he would not hesitate to step aside, but he was quick to add that as things stand, there are no criminal charges against the president, dubbed Farmgate. The controversy surrounds the robbery at Fala Farm back in February 2020 and the alleged aftermath. We'll take another break to bring you sport news.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ nígboro?
Menene tana gore party a gurinka.
Kò sí àpótò n'obodo. Wetin dey ṣẹlẹ̀?
Wetin dey happen?
As e dey go. Wetin dey ṣẹlẹ̀ my people? Ọdọọdún báyìí ní Sakoru, ọdọọdún lè wòrà wà, ọ̀tún lọ́jọ́ yọ, ọ̀tún lòrùn ràn. Ọdọọdún báyìí ní Sakoru wè, ọdọọdún lè wòrà wà. Wetin dey ṣẹlẹ̀ for this kind economy? MITV, we are going to enjoy the full flesh as it dey happen, as it dey ṣẹlẹ̀, we go dey give you back to back. You know as it dey happen now, as it dey ṣẹlẹ̀, we go dey dish am out for this kind ogbonge economy. MITV, ẹ̀yin tèmi, lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tú òjèrè, adùn báyìí ní Tóyin, ọ̀tún báyìí lọ́jọ́ yọ, a tún ti balẹ̀ kàṣàgbà síkànnì yìí, ká lè máa fún yín tán lẹ́bàá pé táwọn bá ti dé tán báyìí, ó máa ṣe kíni kó máa sí rírí wẹ̀rẹ̀ níkànnì ni. Wetin dey ṣẹlẹ̀? Wetin dey? Ẹ máa gbádùn ẹ̀ níkànnì yìí, Ọ̀túnba Adédèyàdé ló kọ́ ti. Wetin dey ṣẹlẹ̀?
If this is what Father wanted, then maybe we should.
Stop it! Stop it this instant! Stop it!
The dying declaration of a king intensifies the rivalry between two brothers.
We cannot sit back and take it.
Brother, I do not want to fight with you.
And sets them on a path of infinite enmity. How dirty does it get?
But let me tell you something today. I will not sit down, fold my arms and do nothing.
Find out in this intriguing epic story, Itura, showing weekdays at 8:30 p.m. WAT on Africa Magic Showcase.
We don't tire for where we dey, oh yeah. Now so promise and fail, oh yeah. And it don't take, we don't wait. PDP don't come again. Jando malole shape. Alama tele Jando for governor. Jando under PDP. Jando 2023. Jando Alama tele Jando for governor. Jando for Lagos. Jando for everybody. Jando fight for Lagos. Jando fight for Lagos.
Ẹ dìbò fún Dr. Abdulaziz Olajide Adediran Jandor fún ipò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó lábẹ́ àsíá ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú Ọlọ́mbrẹ́là PDP, power to the people.
Welcome back. Nigeria's athletic sensation Tobi Amusan has made it into the final list of 5 for the 2022 World Athletics Awards in the women's category. The names of the 5 finalists for Women's World Athlete of the Year was confirmed by the World Athletics on Monday. The 5 athletes who represent 5 countries from 3 different area associations have achieved sensational performances across a range of athletics disciplines in 2022 at the World Athletics Championships Oregon 2022, World Athletics Indoor Championships Belgrade 2022, one-day meetings, circuits, and other events around the world. Kamal Sowa's form for Club Brugge in the Champions League has won him a World Cup call-up for Ghana after the uncapped striker was on Monday included in the country squad for Qatar. The 22-year-old was a surprise selection as coach Otto Addo named his 26-man squad for the tournament, where the Black Stars face Portugal, South Korea, and Uruguay in Group H. Sowa has impressed as the Belgian club reached the last 16 of the Champions League, knocking out Atletico Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen in the process. There was also a first call-up for midfielder Salis Abdul Samad, 22, who has been a regular for Racing Lens this season as they have moved to the second in the French Ligue 1 standings. Similarly, Tunisia has dropped the French-based winger Saif Eddine Kayoe for the World Cup, but coach Jalil Kadri on Monday made no other major changes in naming his 26-man selection. Kayo was chosen in the squad that competed at the World Cup in Russia 4 years ago, and although infrequently played for Tunisia since, had been expected to be included given his form in League One for his club Clermont. A total of 10 players survived from the squad that competed at the last World Cup, where Tunisia were beaten by both Belgium and England, but did win their last group game against Panama. Veteran goalkeeper Ayman Matlolothi, captain in Russia, returns to the squad after a 3-year absence in a list of 4 goalkeepers for the tournament. And in basketball, Anthony Davis had season highs with 37 points and 18 rebounds as the Los Angeles Lakers led wire-to-wire to earn a 116-103 victory over the visiting Brooklyn Nets, despite playing without LeBron James. Russell Westbrook had 14 points and 12 assists off the Lakers bench, while Austin Reeves had 15 points as Los Angeles ended a 5-game losing streak and won for just the 3rd time this season. James missed his 2nd consecutive game with a groin injury. Kevin Durant scored 31 points with 9 rebounds and 7 assists as the Nets lost one day after defeating the Los Angeles Clippers on the road. And that's it on the news at 6. Join us again at 9:30 p.m. for a more broad script. My name is Jumoke Michaels. See you later.